There are 5 entrances to Yellowstone. It's like a compass: north, northeast, east, south, and west. Obviously, we just stayed near the west entrance at Madison Campground. Now, we're moving to the east entrance towards Fishing Bridge. Remember, not all campgrounds or entrances are open in early May. The east entrance closes early November through early May.
The south entrance usually doesn't open until mid-May and still closes in early November. The north entrance is the only one that is open year-round. Although the northeast entrance is open all year, the Beartooth Highway leading to that entrance closes from mid-October through late May. Therefore, you can't go that way. Fishing Bridge Campground is another one where you don't get to pick your site. So they assigned us to A23. So we head over there, and between the 2.5 foot snowbank and all the trees on the other side, we weren't going to make it into that spot. So we're back out here in the main area trying to find a site that we can fit in. And one of the volunteers told us that although the campground is open, not all of the loops are open. Ryan is actually riding around with one of the volunteers right now. So they're looking for a site that we can fit in. This is another campground that it really pays if you're smaller. Gotta tell you. During peak season, you'll probably be okay, assuming you got yourself a site, because there are some longer sites. But man, if only we had that 30-foot travel trailer, we probably would have been okay over here. But 35 feet and a fifth wheel, we just weren't making it in that spot.
It's tight. It's tight fittings. So they're going to try to fit us into D120, but D126 is a little bit better because it's on the end. But I don't know what they're going to be able to do. But either way, I might have to dig out some snow. So between the two of us, we'll be digging some snow out so we can get the steps down. It's gonna be interesting, and everybody's coming in now. He said, yeah, around 1 o'clock, it starts getting busier. It's 12:30 right now. We thought we would be able to get in right and check in and be good to go. It's tight. So let me check in with him. Be right back.
Your RV site comes with free showers. So because we're staying here 3 nights and we have 2 adults, we get 6 free showers. But if you ask me, if we shower in our own RV, we get unlimited free showers. So I think we'll pass on the free showers.
As you can see, it has been an adventure just trying to get into Fishing Bridge. Because it's the shoulder season, there's still so much snow in many of the campsites. So we'd already had to move once because we weren't going to fit. And this spot, as you can see, was tight enough as it is. So I still don't have anywhere to be able to park the truck. I worry about this corner area parking the truck because anyone that's not really thinking about the trailer comes right around and smacks into the side of the truck. So we're gonna try to clear the 2.5, 3 feet of snow that's right here.
When was the last time you shoveled?
I would say 15 years ago, 20 years ago maybe, and I've never shoveled this much snow. In Virginia and Florida, no, never had. This is a lot of snow. And it's heavy.
It is. And we did pick up this shovel. Ryan thought about this one day. We're at Walmart. He's like, just in case. We've been talking about this for 3 years.
Yeah.
And so finally we bought a shovel. It's not perfect because you can't angle it, but it's okay. And then the park ranger went ahead and
Thank you very much, Earl. I appreciate it. He has loaned me a shovel, so we're gonna make this work. Let's do it.
We did all that for nothing because the truck wasn't gonna fit. So instead, I was like, why don't you go across the street where there's this bigger area and there's not that much snow. discovered that the east side of Yellowstone has significantly more snow and is colder than the west side. I believe they said the elevation difference is like 2,000 feet.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
But we did find out that the natural bridge path is closed because of bears. It's funny, I was just gonna say that's the difference between wearing tennis shoes and boots in the snow. I did not realize how much we were going to be walking around, nor did I realize how much snow was actually going to be on the ground, or in this case, on the boardwalk. Live and learn. I think we need to go the other way. This isn't fair. Really? Really? No, my husband doesn't mess with me, ever. I think it goes without saying there are pros and cons to traveling on the shoulder season. One of the pros would be that it's less populated and you get to see a lot of wildlife.
I think when you're looking at it, it's automatically going to go back to that con aspects to where a lot of things are going to be potentially closed down. And it's not the park's fault. It's just the timing, unfortunately. The snow is melting, and so sometimes the snow is blocking a lot of the trails, and so a lot of people can't go on some of the trails unless you have more snow gear, or you're fine walking through 2 feet of snow. And then the second thing is the activity of the bears too is going to affect it. Like Anne said, you get the positives of shoulder season, but you're going to get some negatives as well too. So it just goes without saying you can't win it all. You know, you have to be able to pick and choose.
If you look at the app, if you go under the trails, it'll say when the trail is open. So some of them won't say winter, or they won't say spring. They'll say maybe winter, summer, fall. The spring is because of bears. And then this trail here, I don't know if there's, bear nesting or if it's just because there's a bear in the area. We saw the grizzly when we were coming over, and then we get here and most of this is closed off.
We're on number 11 on grizzlies. If you're not keeping track of them, 11.
It's insane. This is the handicap accessible path. As you can see, they have not shoveled. So again, just because they say that it's a boardwalk, that it's paved, handicap accessible, whatever the case may be, does not mean that it is cleared from snow or ice. to go around. We're over here in E-Loop. We wanted to show you how no one's here, but we also wanted to give you a little bit of advice. So when you go to book at Fishing Bridge, the sites that right now they're $92 per site, it says that it's up to 35 feet and you can fit your truck next to it. Well, we have found, whether it's just because of the snow or because the sites really aren't as wide as they claim to be, you can't fit your vehicle next to it. So our advice is if your trailer is 35 feet or longer, pay the extra $11 and come over here to E-Loop. Again, it's not open right this second. We'll be soon. But these are 60 feet. Most of them are pull-throughs. Save yourself the headache.
You're just not going to have as many of the trees. I didn't realize how close, and I think that's a lot of complaints among a lot of people that are staying here, especially right now, is that even if the snow is gone, it seems like the sites are pretty close. And then if you add the snow, it tends to be even more of a hassle. So if you're going to be in that shoulder season, you have a bigger rig, just be aware that it's going to be really difficult. I mean, it was very difficult. I'm having to park at the bathhouse. I've never had to park away from my site before. National Park Service was nice enough to help us out as much as possible, but it's still just one of those things that you just have to be more aware of, especially, again, going back to that shoulder season, that positive and negatives you come about, you're just not going to get it. And I think Fishing Bridge is definitely one of those where, yes, you have full hookups. It's one of the rare places in Yellowstone, pretty much the entire park that has full hookups, but it does come with a couple caveats. So if you can get one of these sites behind us and Loop E, do it. Because I think you're going to be a lot happier, again, with a bigger rig as well, too.
Agreed. And they don't tell you this ahead of time, but you cannot park on the grass or the gravel or anything else.
On the site. It has to be not on the road. And the volunteers will come by, and you can get fined, I guess, by the park rangers. We haven't seen anyone or heard of anyone getting fined, and we've heard of a lot of people being annoyed and still parking partially on the road, or still parking on the side of the dirt and where you're not supposed to. But it is definitely one of those where you should unfortunately have them park on your site, which with the snow and with the small sites, it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Our last move while we were visiting Yellowstone is the north entrance. We stayed at Yellowstone RV Park in Gardner, Montana. It's only 1 mile from the Yellowstone Gate.
The drive to get here from Fishing Bridge was a nightmare, though. If it were me behind the wheel, we would have never made it to the campground. I would have stopped the truck at the first U-turn and abandoned ship. The road Garmin and Google Maps wanted us to take was closed to everyone except employees and residents. We were forced to take the section of road with 2 10% grade declines, multiple hairpin turns, some of which were the equivalent of a U-turn in the middle of the road. We're about 52 feet long. We don't do U-turns.
It was insane. Just like Ange said, by the time you get to the bottom, you're ready for a couple shots. You just thank the RV gods that you made it out without scraping the RV on the guardrails, hitting another car, or falling off the edge of the mountain. Well, we've hit our last stop at Yellowstone, 8th state of season 4, Montana. We're at Yellowstone RV Park, and we are glad to finally be able to fill in a little bit more of our peninsula here.
Oh, and it's the Roosevelt Arch.
Yeah, that's a perfect spot.